Okay, I'm starting a new live stream. I'm seeing that I'm started, so I'm going to hoping I'm started, but I'm just going to validate that I am actually started. So I'm going to go to my channel list, upcoming, live. Okay, good. Good. My stream is live. Okay, as I said, I'm going to continue my live stream, and my current topic of the day is still going to be the existence of God. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I want to talk to people who believe in the existence of God. I want to hear your points of view, the reasons why you believe in a God, and if you can provide that information to me, that would be great. Now, I'm doing a live broadcast, and I just started the broadcast, and I'm not really sure if anybody's going to catch on to it since I've started this recently as a new activity, and I'm not really sure I'm going to catch anybody's attention as I go through, but I'm at least starting it live, at least to start the process and hopefully get people to join. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I'm doing this a bit more actively. I'm looking to acquire subscribers to my channel, attempting to get to that 1,000 subscriber point, which is the minimum requirement from YouTube for utilizing YouTube or getting YouTube monetary activity on your channel is a requirement. So I need 1,000 users. So if you could join my site, join my channel, that would be fantastic. So I'm going to continue my discussions, and as I've been doing last few videos, I've just been reviewing other content of documentation with the presentation of claims to the existence of God. The last video I did was actually last stream I did was actually a review of a video that talked about that particular topic, and I'm going to continue with another one today from this site or this channel, and I can't really read the channel name. I can read their Impact Video Ministries, and the title is Proof God Exists Using Three Simple Arguments. And I'm going to do this one just by just by running the YouTube video in my live channel. I've prompted it up a bit, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, because 3 minutes start is all advertisement. So we're going to start here. We're going to start with the video itself.
Argument number 1, the creation argument. This argument is also known as the cosmological argument. And while I could go through the argument in detail, where I go through each premise, I think it's better to explain it in a way that you can use it in a conversation. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, that's fine. All you need to know is that I'm going to break down this argument simply because you don't really need to know the premises unless you're in an actual debate. So the creation argument essentially states that everything that begins to exist must have a reason for its existence. So since that's the case, we as people also have a reason for our existence. So this is the way it works. Everything that we see has for its existence.
Okay, this is the standard cause effect uh, argument, for lack of a better way of saying that. And I just want to get into here where, okay, I'll accept the premise that if something exists, there must be a reason for it to exist. All I ask for is the explanation of that reason, and hopefully this this video can present that information in a clear, precise fashion.
For example, we can look at a building and we can safely assume that there were architects and construction workers that were responsible for making it. On top
I'm just going to break here again because, again, I don't like the use of the word assume with respect to presentation of a conclusion. I was going to say facts, but an assumption is not a fact. Assumption is exactly what it is, an assumption. And his particular statement there is you see a building, so you assume there must be. No, I could say that, no, not necessarily I would assume that there was builders, and architect. I wouldn't assume that. I would use my knowledge and understanding of the aspect of what I'm viewing and what I know that we have in place at this point in time to produce that particular, thing, the building itself. I know of the concept of architects. I know they exist. I know what they do. I know builders exist. I know what they do. So we could say we have concrete understanding of the specifics of actually how that building got built. And again, that's also what I am looking for. And again, these are questions I always ask, and I'm hoping that people who are listening to the video will sit there and listen to what I'm describing, and to maybe give their point of view of maybe saying goes, well, no, it's an assumption because of this or that, and the reasons for it. But like I'm saying, I don't accept it as a proof of the result.
Top of that, paintings come from artists, dishes come from chefs, and forests come from seeds, and mountains come from the Earth's tectonic plates moving. So the idea is that all that we see needed to have some kind of cause, and our universe isn't any different. According to science, our universe is expanding. And if it's continuously expanding, then if we were to rewind time, there had to have been a point in which everything started. So
I'm going to think that potentially he's going to be talking of obviously the scientific concept of the Big Bang, as this aspect of saying if you rewind, you go back to a beginning, and from the scientific or that aspect of the physics or the astronomy kind of interpretation of the universe has this concept of the universe did start from a single point, and I think that's where he's getting from. But I'm not really sure exactly. I haven't actually saw the video. I just saw the first 3 minutes. But at this point, the question I have on my mind is, how is he going to use that as a cause outside of the general perception, at least in the scientific arena, that it's something that happened? We actually don't know what caused it, which is a standard practice. And I mentioned in my previous videos, standard, scientific, process is to evaluate something, try to determine the understanding of what's being evaluated. If that's not possible, a lot of times you're going to hear, the scientists say, I don't know. I'm still investigating. And I'm kind of wondering, if we're going to see something that's potentially going to explain things in a way that maybe gives clarity in that process, which is going to be difficult because I've never heard any physicist actually give an explanation of actually how things started. They know that it had started, but they don't know what actually started it. So I'm kind of wondering where this conversation or this video is going to go on that point.
the question is, how did everything begin? And the answer to this question is still a mystery in science because we obviously can't go back and observe how life actually began. So
that's a aspect of that I hear of a lot of apologists use, an aspect of people who have arguments against the scientific process is, yeah, but you can't go back. A lot of people don't understand the scientific process is not going back and seeing something explicitly as much as evaluating what can be seen and making conclusions from what is being seen. It's kind of like saying, we can't go back to the time of dinosaurs, but we can see through the fossil evidence that something was there, make conclusions from our evaluation of that, evidence that gives clarity about what had happened. So it's the aspect of understanding what we can evaluate, what we can see, and make conclusions from that. So I'm not sure again where they're going to go with this video, if they're actually going to try that, or they're just going to make the aspect of, hey, we don't know where it came from, but the only explanation is what I think he's probably going to explain. And again, I'm asking questions and I want people to give answers if they think they have an answer that, that I'm not seeing.
So the creation argument pretty much states that because things exist, things like the universe and its galaxies, stars, and planets, and the Earth with its land, seas, and people, then something or someone had to be responsible for its existence.
Okay. The scientific, evaluation or process of trying to make this kind of evaluation and conclude, whatever term or way you want to look at that is, it's looked at as a natural activity. We know the planet was created through natural activity, but basically the point at which, this solar system started, which is basically a big ball of gas and rocks and such, whatever, yada yada yada, and move forward that way. So again, this aspect of potential or possibilities, okay, you can put that out there, but the thing is, what can be seen as what would be the conclusions that can be used or can be achieved, let's say, from what we can see and what we can understand at this point in time. And right now, the aspect of the things that he just mentioned, a lot of it's got to do with the aspect of what we can view and evaluate and make conclusions of actually how that progressed and got to where it is at this point in time.
And while people may argue and say, well, maybe the universe was just always here, to that, I'd say that the universe expanding is proof that our universe isn't infinite, because it all had to start at a single point in history. Because from what we know and observe from the universe, that's the most logical conclusion we can come.
Okay, Big Bang.